Greetings, fellow Volcanists. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Oxygen Not Included Volcanea, Episode 5, Washroom. Okay, I don't think that... I have a feeling this is going to work, but not for lack of trying. So, let's see. Let me think this through real quick. So we have the water sieve, which intakes polluted water. That is sent then to the chlorinating. So the thing that we don't have is the ability to, like, input water into the system, but I can create, like, a polluted water pool for us to draw from. That's no problem. That's pretty easy to do. So the question is, should I next build a proper lavatory? Or a proper bathroom? What are they called technically in the game? They are called Washroom. So one of the advantages of having proper water filtration is instead of having these manual outhouses that you need to clean, oh, is that? Hang on, there's a layering. One sec. There we go. Now you can actually see what the hell you're voting on. So one of the advantages of having water filtration is you will no longer need, like, to carry stuff, like the outhouse clean visits and whatnot, in lieu of setting yourself up with a laboratory and showers. So the question is, should I build a proper washroom instead of using this sort of like outhouse setup to take advantage of my newfound water filtration that may or may not work? I've just set this up so that the sage hatchling egg isn't stored, so it can hatch naturally, rather than turn into a broken egg. What did we just get? Red light, green light? Little automation? Alright. Looks like you guys do want a proper washroom, so let's work on that. The thing about that, however, is I'm probably going to set it up where the cots are right now. I vaguely remember reading the patch notes that you can move cots, but I think I'm just going to copy and paste them instead. So I'm going to build some spare cots up there. The reason I don't want to overwrite this washroom or like delete it is I want them to be able to use the bathroom until the project is done. And in fact, I could probably just be cheap and throw a door in there and call it a barracks, right? What is the bare minimum for a barracks? One or more beds. Yeah, okay, yeah. That's a barracks, officially. Chimic, Lich, Badger, Bangface. It's all that you could have ever asked for. Yep. 'Tis a barracks. So I'll be setting up the washroom here. And then we can vote on other projects once that's done. So washroom, we're going to want sinks. For anyone returning back to the colony, they're going to have to use sinks. We're going to want toilets and showers. Also going to want to mine the stuff on the ceiling. And then maybe someday even have, like, nice bathroom carpets. Who knows? Who knows? Probably back here. I will leave a pneumatic door. No, actually, I'm not for now. I can always add it in if I want it later on, but first iteration, I'll just have it be the way it is. Did you miss peanuts? No, you didn't. I missed it. My bad. Here you go, dude. So the way these work is the sinks take in, obviously, fresh water, and then they output dirty water. So we're going to have sort of two different plumbing systems that we're going to have to accommodate. The other thing is I don't have the ability to reach that at the moment, so I have to build some scaffolding for it. We're going to want a liquid pump down here, because this is now going to be our clean water liquid supply. Converting it over from here eventually, so that we're pumping in clean water into our sinks, because there's no point in washing our hands with dirty water. And then this polluted water needs to go for processing. So it can go into the sieve. It does sort of help eventually to have, and I'm going to set it up now actually, is to have a holding reservoir for it. So your sieve doesn't have to work as fast as your peak polluted water supply. That way your bathroom toilets and sinks can't back up easily. So I'm going to put a little liquid reservoir here instead, and then feed the polluted water into the liquid reservoir, and then into the sieve. Again, I need some scaffolding to be able to actually build that all. And I did break down that oxygen diffuser, so let's get it back. Just moved over one. And something printable. Another pipsqueak, another pufflet, operator supplier. Wow, okay. Well, guess meat's back on the menu, boys. Meat. Alright, K-Cows look a little low. Nothing immediately concerning. Breathability is max. Stress is not terrible. It's not great, but it's getting better. Alright. It's all agreeable. So, laboratories and showers. Same sort of concept. Clean water goes in. Dirty water comes out. Liquid reservoir is all set up. Nice. And I think this is slightly beyond maximum size, so I'm going to have to like lower the ceiling a little bit for it to gain the benefit of a washroom, but that's fine. I can add a ceiling once we're done. Or just cut the back wall off. We'll see. So it's what, 75? I need it down to 64. Tis fine. Because I can just do that. Shrink-a-dink a little bit. What are you doing there? Thinking really hard. Some of that is unreachable, so I'll have to deconstruct some stuff to reach it. And then we'll break it all down, sweep it all up, and we'll have a bathroom all ready to go. I might not even have a place to sweep this stuff. So is this the right size? Yes. So this is a washroom, this is a latrine. Got it. Alright, so it doesn't have the actual plumbing yet. That's coming next. And then some of the extra space that I have here is so that I can, like, decorate it later on to make it look fancier. But, yeah, I don't have space to store stuff. I'll probably regret putting storage here, but I'm going to do it anyway, around the printing pod. Because I'm lazy, and I don't want to figure out where I'm going to store things long term. It's a problem for a future time. So how's the plumbing? Plumbing is just about ready. So this will pull in, and I'll just have a regular old switch for this this pump, but this pump will fill the lovely, oh, maybe like that. Will fill the lovely toilets with water. That's really ugly switching, but you know, whatever. If it works. Alright, washroom is just about ready to go. So I'm probably going to have to fine-tune the washroom to make sure it's working exactly how I intend and that it's like cleaning the water properly. But then once that's all done, I'll have you guys pulled on what to do next. K-cows are looking not great, but I think we're about to get another batch of berries. Then I can always eat mush. Let's dig up some mystery objects, just to supplement some extra food. Okay, it's coming together. What did I earn? Good egg. Oh, so the... What? I thought it would be the sage hatchling. No. I hatched some morph. But I don't know. It must be... those are regular shine bugs. I have no idea how I earned that. As far as I can tell, I don't have any morphed creatures anyway. Alright, here we go. So the washrooms are getting freshwater delivery. You know what? I'm going to save just in case. And then the polluted water is getting shipped out to the holding tank. And then it is queuing in the sieve, because the sieve is turned off right now. That probably means that I can get rid of this stuff. Well, let's not get rid of it until I'm absolutely sure it works. So in the morning, I'll enable the sieve and inspect. So this liquid vent right now is shut off, so there shouldn't be a problem with it, like, accidentally leaking into my fresh water supply. And then this flow control valve, we can just have be open, because I don't need to shut it down. Alright, so we just delivered sand, and this here is... water. Well, you know what? I don't have a sink in here. That's one thing I'm missing in this setup. So the water in the reservoirs is germy, as you can see. 24,000 germs in these here. And as it's flowing through, it is becoming germ-free. So now all the water in these are germ-free because it's cycled through the chlorine. Cool. Well, yeah, I would say... It doesn't have any sensors. It's not automated because I don't have plastics for the sort of germ sensors that I would need. But hypothetically, it's working properly, which would allow me then to filter and clean all the water in this tub here. So one of the things I could do is reroute the farm to use the water from this area, and then filter the water from that area, which is exactly what I'm going to do now. So let's disable this liquid pump, and I'll fix that, and then have you guys decide on the next project. What next project to build? So I have got a washroom. I do have a barracks. I don't have a luxury barracks, but we don't have... so I could do mess hall, great hall, kitchen, another farm, I guess technically stables, if we want to start doing animal husbandry, rec room, and I'm going to hold off on park and nature reserve for now. Have you guys pick that. So I think what I'll do is I'll wait until the bristle blossoms have absorbed all the water that are already in the pipe before rerouting that plumbing. So it's going to take me a minute. Oh, right. I could also do a power plant. Let me add that in. That's a really good point. Don't know how I overlooked that. Yeah, there we go. And I'll use the next 5 minutes while you vote on that to fine-tune to make sure that this is like working properly. I think what I'll do is Nox. I'm gonna take a leap of faith here. I am going to let the switch open and just see if nope, see it. Okay. Trust but verify. 3 is not enough. We immediately polluted our water. So, yeah, that's why I saved first. Oh god, please work. Didn't. It immediately didn't. It was like, fail on supply. My guess is it actually didn't work because there might be germy water stuck in the liquid shutoff. No, there's no surface germs, and there's no water in there? I'm actually not entirely sure why it didn't work. Because, yeah, I think I just have germs in that pipe. Exactly. And I don't have anyone that can empty the pipe. I don't have any plumbers yet. So this was just designed in, like, a less than ideal way. There's, like, a certain, like, perfect way to design it, and I hadn't done it. But what I could do is I could just leave it there running for now. I don't need that water just yet. And wait for it to resolve. Okay, we're getting more bristleberries, which is good. Printables. Shine on, little nymph. Are you germy? Yeah, they're germy. Oh, you can see the water filtration working. I still need the compost because the sieve creates things to be composted, but this seems to be working. You can't replace the air in the water tank with chlorine? What do you mean? You mean this? Or this? So, for chlorine to purify water, it has to run through like a reservoir. You can't just expose it to atmospheric chlorine. That would be nice. But no, it has to go through a reservoir. To any of this polluted water that we have here, I'm going to, because it's outgassing nasty stuff, I'm going to sweep it up, dump it into this contaminated water. We can just treat this giant pool as just like general contaminated water supply now. I earned Royal Flush. Replace all outhouses with wash basins, laboratories, and sinks. Yar. So we got some of these little individuals who are very, very germy. So I'm going to force them past the sinks to fix that, so they don't just infect everything like toddlers. I want to keep them away from, you know, my water supply. But this is just a result of breaking down the old bathroom and how nasty we did it. No real risk here, if you're wondering. As long as I'm, you know, making sure that they're staying clean and decontaminating when needed. So there's just food poisoning in this storage bin for the stuff that we just pulled out of that bathroom, but the germs will die over time. I could put the germy stuff in storage bins in the chlorine area. I mean, that would kill it off obviously a lot faster. That's one way to kill off slime lung, but I'm not too concerned. What I do need, however, is probably to rock a sink. I could put a sink here. Yep. And anyone moving east or to the right in this area will be forced to wash their hands so they can't contaminate the water. Alright, power plant, power systems, we're going to work on next. Got it. It's going to be helped that we don't have to constantly run on a manual generator. Although that's pretty good to build up, like, athleticism. There's actually a bit of a meta where you, for all new dupes that don't have good athletic skills, especially if you're going to put them into suits, to force them to run on a manual generator for a while so that they get actually better at it. Because it's a good way to get them moving around faster. Alright, just because I'm OCD, disinfect what we can. And then call it good. So the water that we had feeding the Brussels blossoms is going to run out eventually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to... how do I do this cleanly? So this water I want sieved and filtered. This pipe here. So I want that to lead to this wastewater. I think what I'm going to do is get rid of this liquid bridge. Then... Oh, I thought I told you to get rid of that. And then to reroute it a little bit. Hey, Tumbling. How many dupes have I had built themselves into oxygen? None so far. I got lucky. They've had bigger brains than me. Avoiding the, that sort of inevitable. Give it time, it's in their DNA? Oh, I know. They just can't help it. It's what they're made for. So now the water supply is not going to be cut in a weird way. There we go. So then this here is dirty water, and I'm going to reroute this dirty water differently. I'm actually going to redesign the pipe up like this, bridged like that, and this section nuked. Alright, that should allow us to filter out this puddle here that got contaminated. But not if I kill all the no, I'm not killing wiring to it, never mind. It was just the plumbing. So the surface germs on the storage bins have been cleaned. There's still germy stuff inside of them, but the germs are dying. Yeah. Every now and then it gets recontaminated, but as long as we clean our hands as we go towards the clean water, it's fine. So now, enable the liquid pump down here, and we should start to get a much higher volume flow of water to filter. And of course is going to require us to produce a lot more power, because we're going to have multiple pumps on. But this is germy water. It's clean, but germy water that is going to skip the sieve and go into the degermer, if you will. Although this is a little inefficient the way it's set up. That could be done better, but whatever, it's fine for now. Alright, power. That's what you guys wanted next. So, the obvious first step in power is coal. Coal produces a lot of heat and a lot of carbon dioxide. And getting smart batteries is really nice. So I'm going to rush to smart batteries. So I'm going to re-enable the supercomputer and research. So build a power station. And even though I have a power station, I might rely a little bit more on the manual generators, at least for now. One of the difficulties of the of this specific asteroid is it's a very hot one. It's hard to delete heat, so I'm not super eager to like make a lot of heat that I have to then deal with later on. Even though there's a hydrogen vent nearby, I don't know where any AATNs are. So, so short of finding an AATN, which I have no idea if they're, you know, how close one is, etc. I'm going to avoid heat when possible. Power. So thinking about power, what are our skills? So I believe Badger is heading towards mechatronic engineering and electrical engineering for generator tuning with microchip crafting. So we can already benefit some from having a proper power station. I just have to pick where it's going to actually physically be. So AATN is anti-entropy thermonullifier. It's kind of a way to delete heat when you have a supply of hydrogen gas. But I haven't found one on the map. It's one of the like endgame ways where you feed the AATN device hydrogen and it produces cold, allowing you to counteract all the heat that your colony inevitably generates. Because everything in your colony kind of generates heat. More or less. Oh, we're at 0 joules of power. All the more reasons. So, if I wanted a power station, maybe I'll have it down... Yeah, I could keep it really simple, just put it here for now, and scale it up or move it later. So the actual power station, if we're trying to make a proper power plant, needs a power control station and generators, and, you know, that's about it. Very, very straightforward. Duplicate skill. Chimic. Give you crop tending. Cool. We'll start actually farming. So here is using the farm station. And you can only use a farm station when the room is designated properly. So this is a proper greenhouse. It needs to be between 12 and 96 tiles. It needs a farm station, and it can't have things that it's not supposed to have. So a greenhouse isn't as fussy as other buildings, but some, like a washroom, is like, oh, it can't have outhouses or industrial materials. So, but now he's farmers touching the bristle blossoms for you know, a double growth speed. So that should help a bit. Oh, here we go. Liquid reservoir, killing off the germs. That's a decent amount of water in there now. Dog treats. Here, bud. So we got a coal generator and a wood burner. So I want the smart battery. So the advantage of the smart battery is it can detect the power level that it has stored in it to then trigger whether or not generators attached to it will be on or not. So one of the things that you can do to generate power early on is just to build a coal generator, but a coal generator won't know whether or not the batteries are full. So you need a smart battery to essentially tell the coal generator to turn on and off depending on the power load. But as I said, just because I like to torture my dupes, I might start off with just like manual generators attached to a jumbo battery or something like that. Because I'm evil. But I do want the power control station for the tune-ups. Look at Badger run. The colony takes more power than Badger even is producing. So all the more reason to have tune-ups, right? Can you get a second wheel? Yeah, we'll get a second wheel. You and Fangface will hang out together, running on them treadmills, losing weight. Printables. Sand, dig, operate ranch, doctor, research, dig, build. Research, dig, build's really nice. Germ resistant, stylish, uncultured. I'm tempted to print Hassan. We're barely holding on to the amount of food that we currently have, but, I can have you guys decide. There you go, 2.5 minutes to vote on that. My farmer did just start boosting crops, but like right now there's no illumination in the farm, so although yes, he's boosting crops, that doesn't necessarily mean the crops are growing, because they're literally not growing right now. And if you're a little bit, you know, if you outpace your food production, you go from oxygen not included to don't starve together pretty quickly. And there's some levers to be able to pull to, you know, not starve so early, but you got to be careful about that. Okay, so we now have the power control station, which requires 200 refined metal. I'm going to refine some extra metal for it, and then we're going to need even more metal than that to actually make the control trips themselves, so I'll go up to 6. And that gives us smart battery, which I don't necessarily need immediately. I can start with just jumbos, so I'm going to set up another jumbo battery. And then get rid of the old battery that we were using. Thank you for tuning in to Oxygen Not Included Volcanea, which originally streamed live on Twitch June 15th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my gaming community, Rhadamant.com also has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow duplicants,